We've all heard about Threads, and we all know that it's recycled, repurposed, Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V version of Twitter, and here's what you need to know about it. I did some research and I went to Instagram's blog, and here's what they have to say about Threads. So Threads is a new app built by the Instagram team for sharing text updates and joining public conversations. You can log on with your Instagram account and post up to 500 characters, and you can even include photos, videos, links, whatnot. Threads is soon going to be compatible with open interoperable social networks that we can believe can shape the future of the internet. So this is an excerpt from Instagram's blog itself. A few years back, if you remember, Boomerang as a feature used to be a whole other app by itself, and later on, once they started developing Instagram's UI, they included it in Instagram, and now it's just a small button on your stories that you can find and use, and you don't have to use a separate app altogether. But this is the same thing that I think they're going to do with Threads, but there's also a small catch as to why Threads is a standalone app without it being incorporated in Instagram, and I'll get into that a little bit later in this video. In the end of the blog, they say something along the lines of wanting Threads to be interoperable and how they want users from Threads to even interact with users from Mastodon. Mastodon is another competitor for Twitter, and what they essentially want to do is bring all these standalone apps under a centralized umbrella where you get to interact with one app from the app that you're using. I saw someone use this great example of you can have a JioSIM and call someone from an Airtel SIM card. So it doesn't matter if you have a JioSIM or not, you're still able to call them. The same way they want to communicate through apps while retaining your audience and having more sovereignty over your audience and the platform that you have. But at the same time, you're communicating through the apps. It's like a whole web of social media. So recently, if you've been on Twitter, you know that Twitter has been really volatile, with Elon introducing verification blue ticks for sale and limiting the number of tweets that you can read, and people who have blue verification tick marks can read more tweets than people who don't. People were not very happy with the way that Elon Musk was just playing around with Twitter actually. As a social media platform, advertisers only want to advertise on your platform as long as you're bringing in traffic. So you putting a rate limiter on your users basically reduces the amount of traffic that you're going to get. In a social media platform standpoint, it's not good for your platform if you're going to limit the number of users coming in and how much they're using the platform. But Instagram, on the other hand, knows exactly how to retain the audience and how to keep them and make sure that mindlessly scroll so that they get all the ad impressions that they want. Right now, everything that Twitter has offered on its platform is being completely transferred onto Threads. So it makes both of these apps compete with each other. So Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg are quite literally going head to head on this. And not only that, anyone with an Instagram account can create a Threads account and their account gets auto-populated. So you don't really have to start from scratch. So what they're trying to do is make a standalone app and then make sure that it's decentralized so that you have more control over your audience and how you take your audience. So one example that I saw someone use while explaining this is if you're on Threads, you'll be able to talk to someone on Mastodon, which is a completely different social media platform. And this means that you'll be able to communicate with any social media platform that comes under the Fediverse. In basic terms, the Fediverse is basically a federation of all of these social media platforms, and what they're trying to achieve is basically anyone should be able to communicate with anyone, have control over their audience, because your people on Instagram are getting more and more aware of how their data is being used, and they don't trust your data being centralized within one company. Lately, we've not been seeing a lot of innovation in the past couple years, with stories being ripped off from Snapchat, short videos being ripped off from Vine, and then ripping off TikTok and Musical.ly, and eventually they've also now taken it to the next level, which is Threads, which is a through and through rip-off of Twitter. But I'm looking forward to see Instagram do something of their own for once, and I've also been doing a lot of reading on the data that Facebook takes in order to make your user experience better. These are some of the headers that I was very shocked to find on that, because your financial information, user content, sensitive information and other data and purchases that you make online are also taken. And your financial information also carries payment info, which is wild, and credit info as well. So your credit score will also be shared to Facebook, which I don't even know what to say. Even sexual orientation, pregnancy, childbirth, all of that. I have to allow all of these to be taken in order for me to use the app itself. So overall, I have a very bitter taste when it comes to Facebook and how they deal with their users, because they know through and through that their users are their product and they're just trying to find ways to make money and get more information out of you. So someone once said that if something is free online, that means that you're the product. Whether you like it or not, you're going to get thrown ads and eventually be sold something. As of now, Threads don't have any ads running on it, but eventually once everyone gets accustomed to the platform, they will start rolling in the ads on that as well. So yeah, that's my take on it. I don't have much to say. I feel like it'll be interesting to see how everybody uses the platform. So let me know if I should be joining Threads and have small conversations with you guys. That's it for today's video, and let me know how you've been liking Threads and if you've been liking it at all. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!